Howdy interweb sports fans, and welcome to another weekly dose of Gridiron news from Adelaide. I'm Sam Furler, and you're watching Padded Up. This week we saw the Eagles take on the Chiefs in Game 1, and following that we saw the Spartans take on the Razorbacks, while the Oilers had a bye for the first week of the season. Now you know who played who. Let's get into the results. As I mentioned earlier, the first game was between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they were left scoreless in the first half, while the Chiefs triumphed over them with 18 points. After 3 TDs in the first half, the Chiefs were unable to hit the 1-point conversion. All that was to change in the second half as they hit all attempts after 4 touchdowns. After the break, the Eagles started a little stronger by running in for a TD, but was nowhere near enough to upset the Chiefs in their path for a win. The final score: Chiefs 46, Eagles 6. Well, if you were there for the first and second game, you know the scores and who won. If not, then stay tuned. Like the first game, one team seemed to dominate the first half of football, and the other team played catch-up. The dominating team was the Spartans. The Spartans towered over the Razorbacks in the first half with 32 points to 6. The Razorbacks, however, came back in the second half, but not enough to bring home the goods. The second half score was a lot closer, with the Spartans getting 19 points to a Razorbacks 14. Not only did we get to see some good running touchdowns, but some great passes also ended with the arms raised in the air from the officials. The final score: Spartans 51, Razorbacks 20. And that wraps up the first week of football for the juniors, and our second episode. Next week we see the Razorbacks take on the Oilers in the early game, and the Chiefs take on the Spartans later that day. The Eagles have a rest and see if they can prepare for 2 weeks' time when they take on the Spartans on March 28th. I'm Sam Furler, and you've been Padded Up. We leave you today with some highlights from this week's games. See you next time.
Pass! Pass! Man up, John, man up. Option! Thanks, guys! Go, Scott! Get going!
Good job, Sis.